So there's a number of ways of doing subtraction, and we'll look at a variation on the standard algorithm that's called trade first. And so here's a fairly typical subtraction, 345 minus 78. And the idea behind the trade first approach is we're going to set up everything we need to do before we actually do any of the subtractions. And there's a couple of advantages to this, as we'll see in a moment. So I'll set up my subtraction, and then I'll reason my way through what needs to be done. So first thing to note is that we're subtracting 0 hundredths, so let's go ahead and write that just to make that a little bit more clear. And we'll take a look. 0 can be subtracted from 3, so that's not a problem. However, my next subtraction is 7 from 4, and we can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the 3 into a 2 and a 1. We'll trade the 1 for a 10 in the next place over, and then we'll combine the 10 and the 4 to make 14. Now the next place over, 8 can't be subtracted from 5, so I'll split that 14 into a 13 and a 1. I'll trade the 1 for a 10 in the next place over, and then I'll combine the 10 and the 5 to make 15. And now I have a bunch of subtractions I can do. 10 minus 0, 13 minus 7, 15 minus 8. So let's subtract in each column. And it actually doesn't matter what order we do this in, so let's go left to right. 2 minus 0 is 2, 13 minus 7 is 6, 15 minus 8 is 7, and there's my answer, 267. Now, this doesn't seem like it's that great a departure from the standard algorithm, but it has certain advantages to it, and a good example of where those advantages appear is a subtraction like this, 4,105 minus 257. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Now, you might go through mentally what the standard algorithm looks like. 7 from 5, you can't do that, so you've got to trade from here, but you don't have anything there to trade, so you got to go to the next place and trade down, and then we have a subtraction we can do, and then this, and so on. And if you find yourself doing this using the standard algorithm, you find that you're going to be doing a lot of back and forth in the process. So let's do our trades beforehand and set up our subtractions all at once. So again, the first thing we might notice is we're actually subtracting 0,000, so I'll put that in. 0 from 4, not a problem. 2 from 1, however, is a problem, so we'll split that 4 into a 3 and 1. We'll trade the 1 over for a 10, and then we'll combine the 10 and 1 to make an 11. 5 from 0, also a problem, so I'm going to split that 11 into a 10 and 1. I'll trade the 1 over for a 10. I'll combine the 10 and the 0, and that gives me that amount there. And then 7 from 5, again, not possible, so I'll split the 10. I'll trade the 1. I'll combine the 10 and the 5, and that gets me that. So now what do I have? Well, I have, again, a bunch of subtractions that I can do, and it doesn't make a difference what order I do them in. So 3 minus 0 is going to be 3, 10 minus 2, 9 minus 5, 15 minus 7, and there's my answer to the subtraction, 3,848.